What's going on, guys? It's August 16th, and I want to introduce you to some of the new changes coming to Trade Helper this weekend. So first and foremost, if you're not updated, make sure you update to version 4.3.1 of the Trade Helper utility. It just fixes a couple bugs that we introduced in 4.3.0. It should have you right as rain. So first and foremost, somebody asked me how to keep up with the Rennie, the current version of Rennie that I'm using. If you ever want to keep up with me, all you got to do is go to settings, go to helpers, and click reset helpers right here. It'll give you this Rennie, which is currently our default. If you ever want to change the contracts that she's recommending to you, because right now she recommends like a couple days out, you can go to settings, helpers, click on her, and then go to market data, and you could swap out the options chain, as you can see here. So you could take this one out and then even edit and change this to whatever expiration days you want to do. You want to do 0, put that in there. If you want to do a month out, put 30, right? Just save it, continue, you're done, you're good to go. All right. Outside of that, some of the new capabilities that we have with Rennie is, of course, we have some new triggers inside of her autopilot. So a lot of people love autopilot, and you're going to be able to take advantage of something that I think is a little bit more human. If you guys remember before, we only had things like this where, you know, you can have a query go out while you're monitoring a trade. You can have a query go out when the trade goes up like 30% or down like 0% or something like that. And now we have things that are a little bit more related to things that we care about as traders. For example, of course, we have the stop loss and we have the target, but we also have things like pattern break, where you could set what pattern it has to break. And you can ask the question if it breaks that pattern. That's a pattern breaking against you. You feel me? So like if you're in a put going down, there's a pattern going up that breaks like a 5-minute high or something like that. You could then have Rennie take a look at it and give you some guidance. Also, we have big move. This is something that goes in your favor. It's a really big, amazing move. And you can see if Rennie wants to sell you on momentum or if you want to just stick around. You can get that recommendation. So those are some cool things right there. But most importantly, we have cross analysis. Now, you could try this out in the simplest way possible just by pressing provide analysis and clicking one of the pre-filled out analysis sectors right here. But of course, you could just talk to her. You could literally just mention a bunch of tickers, or you can just mention a sector. Like, for example, I'm going to go ahead and say, hey, Rennie, I'm interested in you giving me a cross analysis of the Magnificent Seven, because I just want to know what those stocks are looking like going into this week's trading. Boom. I called her Randy in the voice. You know, we definitely got to autocorrect that. Make sure that she's never called Randy, because her name is not Randy. All right, so boom, as you can see, she already loaded up the Magnificent Seven. We have a limit of 5 tickers that you could load up. Oh, I thought we had a limit of 5 tickers. We actually, Apple, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, NVIDIA, Meta, and Tesla. God damn, I need to limit that to 5 because that's a little bit extreme, right? And the reason why I doubled everybody's credits this weekend is because this is a pretty intensive analysis. You'll see what I'm talking about. So now
it's the weekend, the perfect time to prep our game plan for Monday.
I'm going to mute her, but you can see that she's going to look through every single one. She's loaded up every single chart. As you see here, we have 28 charts loaded up, right? So you can literally go through them. NVIDIA, Microsoft, like we loaded every single one, and she analyzed every single one of those. And she can even do cross-reference. So you can ask her things like which one is trading under VWAP, or which one has the most potential for a big explosion to the upside, or things like that. She'll look at every single stock and give you the best one. This is AI at its finest right here. She basically said she's recommending a trade in NVIDIA. So then I can go ahead and just say, okay, give me a trade idea, create a trade idea for NVIDIA. And now she will shift from looking at all those tickers to just looking at NVIDIA and creating a well-thought, analyzed trading plan for NVIDIA based off of the recommendation that she gave just above. Now, here's the cool thing about trade ideas is trade ideas are way smarter now. And one thing about trade ideas that is way smarter and something that you definitely need to do is you need to go to your settings and beef up your intelligence. And I'm going to tell you it's a gift and a curse, because obviously things are going to cost more credits. That's why I doubled everybody's allotment. Like that cross analysis right there was so big. It was like 1,600. I'm gonna limit that because it should not be that big. That's a little bit extreme. It should not be that big. But yeah, now we have a trade idea for NVIDIA. Boom, gave me a put. I can go ahead and do that. And then look, now I have a trade idea for NVIDIA where if it crosses this entry zone on Monday, drops down to this target. We even have stretch targets now. So stretch targets are the next level down. Now we don't have to miss out on some of that amazing money. So if you sell half at target and you want to hold the rest for like a bigger play, you can give it a shot. We have stretch targets on every trade now. So now nobody's missing out. If you want to bump up your intelligence, go to settings, go to general, then go down to AI quality and use insane mode. That's why those credits took so much in the cross analysis, because I'm using insane mode for it. And then we have autopilot AI quality, which is on standard because we prioritize speed in autopilot. And for trade ideas, we prioritize intelligence and the best play possible, right? So really good stuff right there. I'm thinking of adding the settings specifically for the cross analysis. That way we can lessen the credits over there. We can take that from 1,600, which is crazy, but that's because it's analyzing 7 stocks at one time. We can take that from 1,600 down to maybe like 200 or 300 if we do that, and allow people to use standard mode on the cross analysis, because it's not a trade idea, so it doesn't need to do too much. It just needs to get a general idea. The trade idea is where we want all the intelligence to be. And as you can see, if you use insane mode with the trade ideas, it's a little bit more intensive. As you can see, it uses about 274 credits for NVIDIA right here. But like I said, that's why everybody's credits are doubles. If you're on the full-time trader plan, you have 40,000 credits, 40,000 a month. So you'll be able to run multiples of this a day and not run into any issue. And like I said, that's for full-time traders. For day traders that, trade every now and then, or do like one trade a day, 1 or 2 trades every 2 days, things like that, you'll be able to do it fairly well. And for the casual traders, this might be a little bit intensive, but you'll be able to get a good one here and there because you're a casual trader, so you're not trading every single day. You're trading maybe once or twice a week, so it makes sense. All right, so let me know if you guys have any questions, but these are the feature updates for August 16th, and I'm super excited about them. A lot of the changes were under the hood, like making Rennie a lot more strategic. I did that in her instructions. You can check them out for yourself, but I got some really good instructions for Rennie that are really dope, that give her a really dope game plan on how to analyze the market. So super excited for this week.